Hi everyone, my name is Jill and welcome to Small Business Social. In this channel, we help you discover your own personal business model as well as simplifying the process of creating, marketing, and growing that business. Today, we're going to be talking about the 10 things you need to do to start your own business. Now, make sure you stay till the end of the video because every one of these steps is equally important. And we're going to go over them in the order that you need to do them in. So let's get started. Tip number 1, decide what business you're going to start, whether it be a service-based business or a product-based business. Decide on what platform you're going to be doing that business on. Will you be offering services via your own website? Will you be selling products on Amazon? Decide on that first. And also check out the competition. See if it is a saturated market or if there's more room for a new business in that market. And in addition, make sure there's a market for that business. Sometimes you have this amazingly great idea, but it's not something that a lot of other people are looking for, searching for. So make sure you do your research. Once you've done that, tip number 2 is to choose a name for your business. Now, this doesn't have to be crazy fancy, and you don't have to spend forever doing this. I see a lot of people get really hung up on this aspect of starting their own business. And what I would tell you is to choose a name that's fun and catchy, something that you really are proud of. Once you do that, you've got to make sure that no one else has that name. Even if it's not a trademarked name, if someone else is using it, you need to move on and find a different name. The top 2 ways to start searching to see if anyone else is using that name is number 1, Google. Google the name and see if you can come up with any information about it. Next, go and put in www.thatname.com and see if anything comes up. Also try it with the .net. If you don't get anyone owning those websites, then that's another great way to know that probably no one is using it at this time. Tip number 3, contact your city, municipality, your county to make sure that you are allowed to perform this particular business. Also ask if there are any special permits that you need, any type of forms you need to register to collect sales tax. Also, that's a great place to check and see if anyone else is registered in your area with the name you're looking at starting. Okay, tip number 4 is to create your LLC. Now, an LLC is a type of a business entity, and what it does essentially is it separates you personally from your business for liability reasons. Now, you want to make sure this is done correctly, and I do have a great resource for you that our family's used in the past, and they've done a great job, and they have amazingly good prices as well, and that's LegalZoom, and there'll be a link down below. One of the things I like about LegalZoom is that they are licensed in all 50 states. They have amazingly good prices, and we have personally had good success with the particular attorneys that we've spoken with and that have helped us. In addition to creating your LLC, they can also file all the paperwork for you. They can handle and tell you what licenses you need. They can also do that check on your business name to make 100% sure that no one else has it and that you're allowed to use it. They can also get your EIN number for you. Now, that's a tax number that's attached specifically to your business, which you will also need. Not meaning to sound like a sales pitch for them, but I just think this is the best overall resource. If you just want to go to one place, you don't have a large budget, the cool thing is that LegalZoom also has a package you can pay for, which I don't think is a whole lot of money. And then you have access to an attorney for any questions that come up during the year as well. So great place to start, but really make sure that a legal professional looks over all this information and that you've done it all right off the bat. Tip number 5, understand your sales tax obligations. Now, sales taxes are extremely complicated, and the main reason for that is that there's a whole bunch of legislation out there, and even our lawmakers are trying to figure out how to handle it. So if you want a great resource for understanding your sales tax obligations, look at TaxStar. They are really good. Even if you're just going to go on there and read through their blogs and everything, it might be worth having a chat with someone just to make sure you're starting off right off the bat. And again, there'll be a link below for Techstar. Tip number 6, get business insurance. And the main one that I recommend that you get is business liability insurance. If something goes wrong in your business and someone is injured by a product or something you do or say or sell harms their business or them, you can be sued. And you want to make sure that you have insurance coverage. So one of the companies that I've used in the past is called Hiscox, and they offer business insurance for several different types of businesses and different types of coverage. You can also get coverage for everything you own, your computers and your all of your products and your inventory and those things as well. So they're a great resource. And again, below you will find a link for them. Now, tip number 7, create your website. This is daunting to some people. It was to me. I'm not a technical person. I'm a creative person. And so this was a little scary to me. But I found that WordPress is the easiest thing in the world to use, even for someone non-technical like me. So I love WordPress. But one of the places I think that is kind of an overall resource for you that you can go to is HostGator. Again, link down below. But one of the cool things about HostGator is that you can buy your domain name there and you can host it. They'll host it for you. That means they will house your website on their server for you. Another cool thing about HostGator is that if you get stuck in the design process, they've got people there to help you with that as well. They've also been offering, I'd have to check and see if it's still being offered, but I know recently they had a $100 Google AdWords credit. So basically that is $100 toward advertising your business on Google. So that's kind of cool. That's a great way to test your ads when you're brand new and afraid to spend too much money on them. That's a great way to start. Tip number 8 is, if you haven't already done so, join Amazon Prime. If you want to test it out, they even have a free trial of it. And again, link in the description below. The things that I like about Amazon are the free 2-day shipping. That's my favorite. But they also have resources for business owners where everything's kind of coordinated all together and there's one spot that you can go to. So if you need anything, you can find a good price and you can get it in 2 days or sometimes 1 day. So I think that's nice to have instead of having to search all over the place for products. That's a good spot just to start. You may branch out later on, but you want to make it simple in the beginning. Tip number 9, take action. Take action, take action. And I'm saying it 3 times because it is the most important thing to do. There are people that will set up their business and do everything, but then they won't take action. It's almost like they feel like that step is taking them off the end of a plank into the ocean, and kind of is. But if you've done your research and you've taken the proper steps and you've done this on a small scale, there's no reason to put boatloads of money into most businesses. In the next video, I'll tell you how I started mine for $14.99. You don't have to risk everything you own to give it a shot, to try it. Just test it on a small scale. Remember, you can always pivot. You will give it a shot, see how it starts going, and then you can always make changes. You can always pivot. You can always change your direction as you learn more and you grow. So there's really no negative out there. So take action. Tip number 10, equally as important. Surround yourself with people who are already successful and have the same mindset. It is so important to not be around people who are negative, that's never going to work. You can't do that. You're never going to sell that. You need to be around people who are positive, who are entrepreneurs, who are problem solvers instead of problem creators. That's vitally important. You need to surround yourself with people who are already successful doing what you're doing. Watch their videos on YouTube and learn everything you can from them. It works. They're proof. Learn what they do and try to kind of mimic, but put your own spin on what they are doing already. So it's vitally important. There are going to be days where you're saying, today's been such a drag, this isn't working, or you're kind of just having an off or bad day. And to have those people as a resource is vitally important and will put you right back on the right track again. I hope these 10 steps really help you with starting your own business. Now, not an attorney, not a tax professional, so you need to make sure that you're doing all your research. But basically, what I've told you is exactly what I did. So it worked for me, and I hope that it'll work for you. Now, there are various businesses out there where you're going to have to add additional things and do different, there's some other steps that need to be added. But for a small business, a solopreneur type of business, this is a really great plan of action to take. If you're still working on that, I don't know what business to start, and you're stuck there, watch my video, the one just before this one, and that will help walk you through that process. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that what I've done helps you quite a bit. And again, if you want to check out anything that I've talked about in this video, you will find the links below. And just an FYI, I am an affiliate for some of the programs that are linked below. I am so happy that you guys watch this. Please comment and let me know what other steps you take and if these steps work well for you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.